Hi, my name is Olasumbo Akiola and I'm your humble host on the show INSiGHT. Thank you so much for joining today's show, and please do not forget to like, share and subscribe for others to enjoy. On today's episode of INSiGHT, the topic is social expectations. Yeah, we are Africans, and aside being Africans or people coming from a different continent, there are different social expectations for different beliefs, cultures, practices and people. And let's talk about social expectations as Africans. We believe there are some expectations that comes with age, there are some expectations that comes with gender, and there are some expectations that comes with our position. But then what does it mean when we say social expectations? Social expectations has to be the rules, the explicit rules that govern one's reaction, belief and practices that is considered right. You hear people say, oh, that is the right thing to do, that is expected of you, that is your responsibility. These are social expectations. Take for instance now, probably here in Africa, once you are over 22 or you are 20, they already expect you to be married or have someone you're in a serious relationship with. Not to now talk of the newest trend in Nigeria. After university, after graduating from the university, passing out from the NYSC, you're expected to get married. These are the little social expectations we have in a society. As a man, so far you've graduated, you are expected to start providing or to start bringing something to the table. There are different social expectations. As a pastor, as a religious leader, you're expected to do something. You will see your church member coming to you asking for help, asking for this, asking for that, seeking for something, because these people, they expect you to be able to provide. After all, they say, okay, you are the religious head, you are the religious leader, you are expected to do this, you're expected to help your member, you're expected to provide this. These are social expectations. So how do you deal with social expectations? Some people don't really know how to handle social expectations. Some have handled it in a negative way, some yielding negative result, while some have handled it in a positive way and yielded a positive result. So let's get into the topic. When we talk about social expectations, these are not just dependent on the individual, but also on the culture, as I said, on the religion, on the age group, on the class, and then the location. Talking about the northern part of Nigeria, you can imagine some very young girls getting married at a very early stage, but you can't compare that practices to the practices we have here in the west. In the western part of Nigeria, these are very, very different. So conformity driven by societal expectations poses several dangers, because the society is very, very comfortable with these social expectations, whereby it draws dangers to the people. So it poses several dangers that undermine our individuality and personal growth by causing internal conflict and discontent, lack of genuine human connection and misuse. So talking about social expectations, what are social expectations and why it is okay to ignore them? See, there are social expectations, but then if you feel okay, this expectation is indeed required of you, you feel it as a sign of responsibility and you accept that responsibility, it is okay. It is okay when you accept people's expectations about you. But when you do not accept the expectations about you, how do you undo it? The first way is to have loads of friends. You can always have loads of friends you can always share minds with. I have friends, it is not the same way we practice in our home. I have friends that are not Yoruba like I am. I have friends that their expectations, their social expectations are very much different from mine. I'm the last child of my family. I have friends that are the first child of their family, but then our social expectation differs. So with the way I've been able to relate with this friend, discussing their own social expectations actually give me an edge or give me better understanding on how to do with my personal social expectations. Also, you need to be always active. Active in the sense that you need to be always active in whatever you find yourself doing. Whatever is worth doing is worth doing well. So whatever you are doing, I mean, when they stand up and say, okay, we are expecting you to do this, and then you want to stand up and you want to speak for yourself, you need to convince these people. And sometimes you don't have to convince them with your words alone. You need to convince them with your actions and with results. So it is when people, sometimes when they see results, they'll be able to, sometimes you don't even have to convince them. It is your results that would convince them. Also, to be always busy doing something productive. When you're always busy doing something productive, they will consider the fact that, oh, at least you've been paying attention to a goal, you've been achieving some goals. That's when you hear like, okay, let's not rush her, she's into some project already, is into some project, you know what he's doing, and then you feel proud of yourself. Oh, they know what you are doing, they understand what you are doing, they understand your goals and all other things required of you. And to be happy all the time and smile all the time, there are social expectations, and there are some things that I even expected me to do, like I am expected of to do, you understand? So sometimes I don't allow these social expectations to overwhelm me. All I do is I make sure I laugh, I make sure I smile. So the conclusion of today's topic is that every religion, every culture, every family, they have their expectations, but then you need to be able to think and decide on how to react and respond to these expectations. I'm the last child of my family. You can't compare the expectation of the first child of the family to the last child of the family. So I, as a first child, I am expected to do some things, and that is my contribution as the last child of the family. So I have been able to like accept and deal with these expectations, coupled with all other expectations in all aspects of my life. So I need to really learn how to deal with social expectations. And if you know you've not been able to deal well with social expectations, trying to learn and understand other people's culture and learn your own way and your people's way also means a lot. I hope this video has been able to help. If it has been helpful, please do not forget to like, share, and comment for others to enjoy. Till I come your way again next week, I remain Olasunbo Akela.